Hey everybody, it's Andy, your local Salt Lake realtor. Today I am going to talk to you about the air quality in Salt Lake during the year. It's a major issue that Salt Lakers and anyone that lives along the Wasatch Front faces and living in Salt Lake. Let's see, the causes of poor air are a result of auto emissions, industrial emissions, and Salt Lake's unique geography. I'm going to be reading a lot from my notes here so I don't miss anything today. So please bear in mind this may not be the most professional of presentations, but I hope it'll have a ton of information that you could use nonetheless. So let's see, because of the relative instability of the shoulder seasons of spring and fall, the air quality is usually pretty consistent and healthy in those times. But unfortunately, the air quality in the winter and summer months are associated with inversions and ozone gas, respectively. Because the air you breathe can affect your life in a pretty significant way, air quality clearly is an issue that you should consider when living in Salt Lake and what you can do to help improve the air quality once you get here. But before I get into that, I'd like to just add a little reminder that if you like what you see here on Salt Lake Lifestyle, that I ask that you please like this video and tap that subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button and tap that bell to be notified whenever I put out new videos, so you can become aware of them. So let's jump right into it, okay? So a little background on Salt Lake's air quality in the wintertime. See, air quality in the wintertime in Salt Lake consistently ranks in the top 10 worst air qualities in the United States. In 2017, the EPA reclassified the Salt Lake and Provo areas from moderate to serious because the levels of PM 2.5 were well over the upper limits as established by a 2006 24-hour standard. That standard is 35 micrograms per cubic meter, and the Salt Lake and Provo areas we're consistently measuring in at 48 micrograms. So consistently and considerably over the limit set by the federal regulators. The main factor that makes the winter months so bad is the temperature inversion. So what's an inversion? According to the National Weather Service, it is a layer in the atmosphere in which air temperature increases with height. An inversion is present in the lower part of the cap. So in other words, when normally cool air is in the upper areas of the atmosphere, and warmer air is closer to the surface of the earth, when a temperature inversion happens, like the name says, it inverts it, where you have cold air at the bottom and warmer air up in the atmosphere. Air quality degrades and particulate matter increases as the inversion persists. Basically, the inversion gets stronger and the air quality degrades the longer it sits. And if there's snow in the valley, that really accentuates the inversions and can make it last for even longer. It's like having like a white magnet sitting down on the ground, cooling that air even more. And then to make things even more difficult and complicate things, we have 10,000-foot peaks on the leeward side of the valley, the east side of the valley, which makes it incredibly hard for dense, cold, particulate-laden air to get blown out of the valley. Inversions begin in late November and last through February. You can expect 5 to 6 multi-day inversions per winter. During those multi-day events, approximately 18 days will have high levels of PM 2.5 exceeding the ambient air quality standard. So what is PM 2.5 that I keep on talking about? That's basically a very, very small particle in the air pollution. It is 2.5 microns in diameter, so it's smaller than the width of a human hair. These little particles can get deep into your lungs and lung tissue, causing inflammation and lung damage, along with other effects. A good source for information regarding the air quality is the Department of Environmental Quality, Department of Air Quality, Division of Air Quality with the Department of Environmental Quality. And I will put that link on here for you as well. Just click on that, and there's a nice list, and it's a nice resource as to what causes the inversions in temperature and how you can mitigate it a little bit. So let's talk about the geography of Salt Lake Valley. Salt Lake Valley is like a bowl. It's just kind of sits here, and you've got the Ochre Mountains to the west, you've got the Wasatch Mountains to the east, and Traverse Mountain to the south. And it acts like a kind of open-ended bowl where the air can flow in and get stuck, basically. Let's see, air becomes less, going back up here, prevailing winds blow from west, northwest to the east, again, abutting up against the Wasatch Mountains to the east side. That would be the leeward side. Windward side would be the west. When warm air aloft presses down on cooler, more dense air in the valley, it makes it difficult for emission particles to blow out of the valley over the tall mountains on the east side of the valley. High pressure system over the state keeps the storms out. So yeah, I will go into a little, show you a little time lapse here of exactly what it's like and how the airflow comes into the valley. So what it's like during the inversions. Air becomes less clear. As an inversion gets stronger, sunlight will eventually disappear and it'll look foggy and overcast outside. The inversion causes a fog, and you can't, like, the sun doesn't even come through. It's kind of disgusting. It's kind of, God, you've seen pictures of Beijing in the summer and wintertime. So, consistently Utah and Salt Lake Valley can rank worse air quality than Beijing, believe it or not, sometimes. And when it gets really bad and the fog develops, fine particulate crystals start to fall from the air. I like to call it fool's snow. You'll see little particulate crystals falling out of the sky, and it looks like it's snowing, and it's kind of gross. If you ever took chemistry in college, it's like a supersaturated solution in which the air is just so densely packed with pollution that it just starts falling out. There's just no more room in that cloud to hold on to that particulate matter, and it just starts falling out as little ice crystals. The air, when it's that bad, it has a metallic taste. It's sour metallic taste, and it just sticks in your mouth, and it's really gross and unpleasant. Let's see, most recently on December 7th, our worst day so far, Salt Lake measured at 35 micrograms, right at the federal standard. Utah County measured in at 43 micrograms, and Davis County to the north of Salt Lake came in at a whopping 52 micrograms on December 7th. But don't take this as all gloom and doom. The weather pattern is active. The air doesn't have a chance to settle, and you don't have to deal. The air does not have a chance to settle and worsen in the winter. And the winter means more snow. Even snow isn't your thing. We need snow in Utah because it's our drinking water. It's a very small price to pay of inconvenience for having something that's life-giving. Kind of get off my soapbox here. But yeah, snow is a good thing. So is rain. Minor inconvenience. But hey, at least we can drink water and live at that point, right? So remember, there is only a potential for inversions. The more active these storm patterns are, the less likelihood we have of temperature inversions. And again, it means more snow, it means more water. It's just better all around when we have an active storm cycle moving through Salt Lake. One thing that you need to keep in mind that it is only a potential for inversions. It's not like the 152 days of rain you are almost guaranteed up in the Pacific Northwest from October through May. So just keep that in mind. Additionally, air quality is improving in Salt Lake. Just recently, in November of 2020, the EPA reclassified the Salt Lake and Provo areas as in attainment of maintaining that 24-hour PM 2.5 level at 35 micrograms. Okay, this is a 37% reduction in that PM 2.5. So we have come quite a long way in the last couple of years. Things you can do to improve air quality include driving less, planning your trips, as well as other things. I'm going to drop another link down here right now for another resource for information on what you can do to help mitigate the situation. Great thing about Utah is we experience all 4 seasons. Winters change over to spring. Spring changes over to summer. Spring months bring rain, makes everything green and beautiful and colorful. And then that transforms into summer with dry, triple-digit heat and ozone gas. Ozone gas is our major pollutant in the summertime. So we'll go into that here. Okay. Ozone in the summertime. Ozone is usually what you think of in the upper levels of our atmosphere that keep us safe from UV light, in which it is extremely useful. When that gas comes down to the surface of the earth, and it becomes a dangerous gas. And it's harmful to respiratory health, and children are the highest at risk. Ozone forms when pollutants like nitrogen oxides heat up with intense light and heat, forming a new molecular structure like ozone. Ozone levels are highest in the height of the heat of the day in July and August. So that 4 to 6 p.m. commuter hour when it's just deathly triple-digit hot here in late July and August is when it is most unhealthy as far as air quality and ozone is concerned. Sources similar to the air quality in the wintertime, the summer air quality deteriorates due to vehicle and emissions and industrial emissions. But the other thing we have in the summer are wildfires. Whether we have them locally or somewhere in the region, particularly west of us, we get smoke in the valley. And just like the dense particulate matter in the wintertime, that smoke has a way of just hanging out in the valley. What's crazy is local fires and then global sources. We've had ash and things from volcanoes tens of thousands of miles away from us come in here. So that, and then just any wildfires, all the wildfires in California, the smoke blew into Utah over this past summer as well. All of that contributes to the degradation of the air quality and contributes to the formation of ozone in those hot summer days. So to wrap this all up, Utah does face some major air quality issues in both the summer and the winter. Inversions in the winter, ozone gas in the summertime. Both issues are caused by vehicle and industrial emissions, as well as wildfires and other sources. The good news is that the air quality has been improving in the last few years. The EPA's reclassification of the Salt Lake Provo areas to attainment status is proof of this. And then, although individual days can be bad, the overall air quality in Salt Lake is just fine. So just keep that in mind, that it is a potential for bad air quality. It is not a guarantee. Okay. Yeah, and that's about it. So I hope you liked what you saw today. If this is something you like, you're considering moving to Salt Lake, or you're someone here that just wants to know more about what's going on in the city and in Salt Lake metro area, please like this video, subscribe to this channel, Salt Lake Lifestyle, and tap that bell to get notified of any new videos that I put out. Again, this is Andy Duggins, your local Salt Lake realtor. Thank you for joining me today, and take care. Cheers. Bye-bye.